Now it will start. Okay, now if you can see the screen, then on screen this factor, reliability factor, which we have seen as a nomenclature which we have given to this reliability factor as this Kc. So what we can do is that to calculate this Kc, we are going to take help of design data book, and this design data book or table from the design data book I have copied here. So that value of reliability factor, that is Kc, can be taken from the these values. Now here when we are going to see the reliability, at that time that reliability mostly is calculated in terms of just wait, in terms of so factor kb, size factor. Which nomenclature we have used for that? kb. Kc is reliability factor and kb is size factor and kd is load factor. Okay. D. Okay. Now from here you can only consider that the reliability factor which we can use. Now this is for the kd actually, load factor. Now this Kc factor is calculated or taken from only this chart where we can say the reliability which we are going to consider. Now when already for the last lecture we have talked about what the reliability is. That means how much reliable that part or the design we are going to consider. Yesterday I have taken an example, and in that example we have seen that what the reliability means, how much that trust value is there, and that is mathematically calculated. Now here the reliability is mentioned in percentage. That is, if you are going to say that the reliability is 50%, that means when we are going to conduct the test for 10 times, in that 5 times we are getting same results and 5 times we are getting different results. That's why that can be called as a 50% reliable. Likewise, we can have 90% reliable and 99% reliable. And when we are talking about the 99.999, that means it is much more reliable. Now, from moving from this 99 to 99.999, it takes huge, what we can say, experimentation. And it doesn't mean that 99 and this 99.9, they are close to each other, and that's why we can consider that the reliability factor is high. It doesn't mean that. When we are saying that 99.9%, at that time there may be possibility that 0.01% that part may get failed, and that 0.01% failing means once it get failed, then what we can say that the total component and total machinery is going to stop. That's why this reliability never will become 100%. It will have, again you can increase the nines on that, okay, but it will not become 100%. That is the case for the reliability. Only thing here we can consider that how we can choose the reliability factor Kc, okay, and by considering the different reliabilities, we are going to use the value of Kc. For the 50% reliability, we are going to use 1 as a factor, 90% 0.8. Likewise, the chart can be referred and we can use this Kc factor for calculating actual endurance limit. Now, when we are talking about the load factor, now this load factor is denoted by Kd, and this load factor is considered for the bending, that is which type of load we can apply on that component, that is either pure bending, pure axial, that axial includes tensile and compressive, or torsional load, okay, and we can go for the combined loading. Okay, combined means it has a torsion and axial, or torsion and bending. Okay, or bending and axial load. Likewise, the combination of loads are there in actual practice. So when we are going to consider this load factor which is denoted by kd. Okay, and in case of pure bending we are going to use kd as a 1. Okay, in case of pure axial load, if the tensile or compressive load is applied, then kd is used as a zero point 0.7. In case of pure torsion, when the torsional stresses are considered, then we are going to use this kd as a 1. Okay, and when the combined stresses are applied, at that time we are going to take this value of kd as a 1. Now in case of wine mesh stress, that is nothing but when we are going to consider the effect of total or all stresses which are generated in that component, that is called as one mesh stress. Okay, and that is different. One mesh theory is there, and that one meshes means actually it is a name of scientist, and that he has explained theory just like we have seen the theories of failure. Likewise, a big theory is developed by this one mesh, and when the component is subjected to combined loading, at that time that theory is implemented. Even nowadays, you can say the various softwares which are used for calculation of the stresses like ANSYS or LS-DYNA or other softwares, analysis softwares. In that case also, the separate stress can be calculated with one mesh stress by his theory, and that is called as one mesh theory and one mesh stresses. Okay, so when we are going to consider this one mesh stresses, then purely torsion is applied at that time. Mostly while solving the problems, we are going to use this one mesh theory only. Okay, in some components which are not that much important, that we are going to use not going to use that one mesh theory. Okay, so in that case, this factor can be reduced and can be taken as a 0.577. All other cases, we are going to take it as a 1. Okay, these factors will be mentioned in actual problem, but when we are going to solve a problem on field, at that time, just you can refer the design data book and you can take this load factor also. All these factors values are mentioned in design data book, and we can choose these values from respective book. Okay, so next is this operating temperature factor. When the temperature factor is considered, at that time, for this temperature which varies from operating temperature 45 degree to 450 degrees Celsius, at that time we are going to use this factor as a 1, and above that value, that is 45 degree to 450 degree, that ke is considered as a 1. Okay, and that is up to 450 degree. Okay, and if that temperature is increased above that, then we are going to use this formulae by means of which we can calculate the temperature factor, and that formula is K suffix E is equal to 1 minus 5800 into bracket T minus 450. Okay, so these formulae can be used for the higher degree and more than that, the temperature which we can use. That is nothing but up to 550 degrees Celsius, this formula is used, and above that, again, if the temperature get increased, mostly in case of IC engine components which we are going to design, that in that case, this formula is used as a 1 minus 3200 into bracket T minus 480. Okay. In that case, the temperature which we are going to measure, that temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So these values are given in the problem while we are going to solve the problem, but we have to account this temperature also. Now next thing is that, and which is very important, and that is the fatigue stress concentration factor. Already I have told you that we are going to talk more about this fatigue stress concentration factor. Okay. Now this slide shows that the experimental data shows that just a minute. Okay. The experimental data shows that the actual stress concentration factor is not as high as indicated by the theoretical stress concentration factor. Now, we have not yet seen what the theoretical stress concentration factor is and what the actual stress concentration factor is. Okay, so that value, first of all, we'll see the value which we can calculate, which we can use for the converting that endurance limit, that actual endurance limit, to the design endurance limit, that is SE dash to SE. Okay, so that KEF is known as a fatigue stress concentration factor. Okay, which we cannot take as it is as a KT, that is the theoretical stress concentration factor. Okay, so it is converted by means of this formulae, and that formulae is 1 plus KT, where KT is the theoretical stress concentration factor. How it can be calculated, that we'll see later to the next slide. Minus 1 into Q, where Q is the notch sensitivity factor. Now here we have added this new term, that is notch sensitivity factor. That notch sensitivity factor also we are going to see in details. Okay. Before going to that, let me ask that do you have any question related to all these slides about the all above factors, Ka, Kb, Kc, Kd, Ke, and Kf? We are going to see in details. Hello. If you have any question, you are free to ask. Hello. Just these factors are standard values. Sometimes they are calculated by means of formulae. In that formula also, the values which we are going to use are the values where we are going to use that particular operating thing. That is nothing but it may be size, it may be temperature, it may be reliability, and depending upon that we are going to use this and we are going to calculate that factors. Okay, so if you don't have any question related to all above factors, that is Ka, Kb, Kc, Kd, and Ke, will move to this Kf. That Kf already I have explained how it is calculated. Now, first of all, we will see this new term which has been introduced, that is the notch sensitivity. Okay. In simple way, if we are talking about this notch sensitivity, is nothing but when we are going to calculate the strength of specimen or component, without making any change in area. Mostly the area which we are going to change, that is changed in that is changed with the V notch, and that's why it is known as a notch sensitivity. So just a minute. Here I will draw that. If we are going to have this component, okay, and we are going to create notch over there, and that is known as a notch sensitivity. I think we have, if suppose we are going to make this type of notch, we'll change the color for that. This type of notch to the one side, and if suppose this component is circular one, so it will create this notch all over the surface on the periphery of that. Okay, so if we are going to create this type of notch, then again the strength is measured, and when we are going to get the difference between that strength, obviously there will be difference, because when we are going to see the continuous one, the surface where we are not making any notch, any uh, change in geometry, then the stress concentration will be less. Whereas if we are going to produce that notch over there, this notch which we have produced, if we are going to produce such a change in geometry, definitely stress concentration will get increased, and will get the, or will that stress will get reduced. Am I right? So when we are going to have such type of change in geometry, and normally V notch is created over there, and that is called as notch sensitivity. Now why? Because we are doing all these things, because when we are going to calculate the stress concentration factor, at that time we know that when the geometrical changes are there, at that place the stress will get concentrated. We have studied all the things in details, what the stress concentration is and how that stress concentration factor is calculated. That is, what are the remedies of the stress concentration, and what is actual stress concentration means. So just we'll read it. In cyclic loading, the effect of notch, that is notch which is created here, or fillet is usually less than the predicted one. That is nothing but the theoretical value which we are going to calculate. That value is higher than the what value actually we are going to get as a stress concentration. Okay, or the factor which we are going to calculate for the stress concentration. And that difference, to accommodate that difference, we are going to use, or we are going to introduce this new quantity, that is the stress concentration factor, which is connected with the notch sensitivity. Okay, so these all things which I have written in this slide. Next we'll go, this is what actually graph from which we can take the value of notch sensitivity Q. How it is calculated, that we'll see to the next slide. But from such type of graphs only, we are going to take the value of Q as a notch sensitivity, and that is calculated for the standard specimens. Okay, so this data where we are going to see this the change in geometry is greater than 3, that is fillet radius which we have made here, and the depth of that radius is also can be calculated as h, and the radius which we are going to make in that component is r. So h by r value is less than 3. For this experiment, this graph has plot. So this graph can be referred, and such type of graphs are available in design data book. And from that design data book, we are going to calculate, or we are going to take this value of notch sensitivity Q. Now next thing, when we are talking about the notch sensitivity, then already, as I have explained, that we have to consider stress concentration factor. Now the stress concentration factor is again have two types. One is called as theoretical stress concentration factor. Right now, as we have mentioned, that the theoretical stress concentration factor is what we can somewhat high as compared to the actual stress concentration factor. Okay, so this first type, that is theoretical stress concentration factor, and second type actual stress concentration factor. Okay, it is also known as fatigue stress concentration factor. The actual stress concentration factor. Why we are going to calculate this? To accommodate that fatigue strength of that particular component. Okay. Now, this theoretical stress concentration factor Kt is given by maximum stress in that component to the normal stress in that component. Now here we'll say this maximum stress as a sigma max and normal stress as a sigma 0. Okay. Now this diagram will explain all this, what the things are. Here, this plate is considered under the application of stress. Okay, where we are going to apply this load P in lateral direction. That is, if suppose this P is applied here as a tensile load, definitely the P will be to the opposite side. Right? So this P load is applied on this plate where we have created one hole. Now, definitely, when the stress is generated in this plate, the stress which is near to the hole will have different value than all other stress which are generated in that total plate. So this stress which is generated near to the hole, that will be the maximum value of stress because of the stress concentration, and rest of the things will be the normal stress. Okay, here we are going to say this sigma max is the maximum stress and sigma is the normal stress. Now, when we are going to calculate this theoretical stress concentration factor Kt, it has a ratio of maximum stress to the normal stress. Now, for such type of what we can say hole which is created in the plate, this A by B value, that which we are going to take A by B value, that is nothing but the elliptical hole is generated over here. Okay, and if the A by B value is 1 by 2, sigma max has a value equal to twice of the sigma, that is the maximum stress is equal to the twice of the normal stress. That's why the further calculations are done here. Getting me? Only thing is that we have to understand what the theoretical stress concentration factor is. This theoretical stress concentration factor is the maximum stress which is generated in the or near to the change in geometry to the normal stress. Okay, so from these two, that is the formulae for the theoretical stress concentration factor and the diagrammatical explanation of this theoretical stress concentration factor. Whether you have understood clearly what the theoretical stress concentration factor is. Are you there? Hello? Do you have any question? Hello? Should I explain it once again? Manthan Dixit. Are you there? Am I audible basically? Vaibhav Bhosle. Hello? Abhinay Gaikwad.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you understood what we have talked about? Or should I explain it once
सर एक घर
again? Pardon? Hello?
हाँ एकदा रिपीट करा.
एकदा रिपीट करूया. बरं ठीक आहे. स्टार्ट पासून रिपीट करतो की इंड्युरन्स लिमिट जे आपण एक्सपेरिमेंट न काढतो ते आपण कन्वर्ट करतो ऍक्च्युअल मध्ये. इथपर्यंत समजले? हॅलो? Yes. So, जर ते endurance limit, when we are going to convert that actual endurance limit into design endurance limit. Okay. जसं आपण actual stretch ची व्हॅल्यू डिझाईन स्ट्रेस मध्ये कन्वर्ट करतो बाय युजिंग फॅक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी. बरोबर आहे. तर तसं एक्सपेरिमेंटनं काढलेली इंडुरन्स लिमिटची व्हॅल्यू आपण डिझाईन इंडुरन्स लिमिट तो पण स्ट्रेसच आहे ऍक्च्युली. इंडुरन्स लिमिट मीन्स इंडुरन्स लिमिट स्ट्रेस. तर तो कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी आपण काय करतोय की व्हेरियस कंपोनंट त्याच्यावर अफेक्ट करणारे वेगवेगळे जे गोष्टी आहेत त्या सगळ्या कन्सिडर करतोय. ओके. त्याच्यामध्ये के, केबी, केसी, केडी आणि केई ह्या जे फॅक्टर आहेत ज्याच्यामध्ये टेम्परेचर फॅक्टर असेल, साईज फॅक्टर असेल, त्यानंतर मटेरियल म्हणजे चेंज इन जॉमेट्री, मटेरियलचे त्याच्यामध्ये डिफिशियन्सीज असतील. ओके. हे सगळे फॅक्टर आहेत. हे सगळे फॅक्टर आपण स्टँडर्ड डिझाईन डाटा बुक मधनं घेतो. आणि प्रश्न आहे तो स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टरचा. व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर, तो स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करताना एक थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर हा एक कन्सेप्ट आहे आणि ऍक्च्युअल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर हा एक कन्सेप्ट आहे. ओके. तर थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर हा कन्वर्ट केला जातो ऍक्च्युअल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर मध्ये बाय युजिंग द फॉर्म्युला. ओके. सो द फॉर्म्युला विच वी आर रिटन ॲज ए केएफ इज इक्वल टू 1 minus kT into Q. Now this Q is the new quantity, or we have introduced one more concept and that is known as notch sensitivity. आता ही notch sensitivity काय आहे? Notch sensitivity means जर आपण एक शाफ्ट घेतला आणि त्या शाफ्टवर जर आपण टेन्साईल लोड अप्लाय केला, ओके, वेअर त्या शाफ्टवर स्टेप नाही किंवा कुठलाही ग्रूव वगैरे आपण पाडलेला नाही किंवा कुठला कीवे नाही, काहीच नाही, रेग्युलर शाफ्ट आहे, सिलेंड्रिकल शाफ्ट. त्याच्यात जनरेट झालेला स्ट्रेस आणि ज्या वेळेला आपण त्या शाफ्टवर एक व्ही ग्रूव पाडू, मागाशी एक्सप्लेन केला तसा, तो व्ही ग्रूव जर आपण पाडला तर डेफिनेटली जिथं आपण व्ही ग्रूव पाडणार आहे तिथं स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वाढणार आहे. बरोबर आहे. तो जो व्ही ग्रूव आपण पाडतो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज नॉच. आणि ती नॉच जर आपण तयार केली त्याच्यावर, त्याच्यामुळे जो तयार होणारा स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन आहे त्या नॉचमुळं, त्याच्यामधला डिफरन्स हा आपण तो नॉच सेन्सिटिव्हिटी म्हणून वापरतो. आता हे सगळं झालं थेरॉटिकल. दॅट मीन्स व्हॉट द नॉच सेन्सिटिव्हिटी मीन्स. आपण हे एक्सप्लेन केलं की नॉच सेन्सिटिव्हिटी म्हणजे काय आहे. पण आपल्याला कुठलंही थेरॉटिकल एक्सप्लेनेशन नको आहे, आपल्याला मॅथमॅटिक्स मध्ये कन्वर्ट झालं पाहिजे ते सगळं. ओके. म्हणजे मॅथमॅटिकल फॉर्म्युली तयार झाली पाहिजे त्याची. मग ही नॉच सेन्सिटिव्हिटी मेजर केली जाते आणि त्याच्यानुसार मग आपण त्या नॉच सेन्सिटिव्हिटीचा वापर करून वी कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट द ऍक्च्युअल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर किंवा फटिक स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर. मग तो फटिक स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर काढण्यासाठी अगोदर आपण थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर काय आहे ते बघू. त्या थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टरचा मॅथमॅटिकल फॉर्म्युला आहे की मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस डिवाइड बाय नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस. नाउ मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस वेअर इट विल गेट जनरेटेड in the same component where the geometrical changes are there. आपण बघितले स्ट्रेस कुठे कॉन्सन्ट्रेट होतोय की जिथं geometrical changes आहेत तिथं. Now this geometrical changes, now for this plate you can say that the geometrical change which we have made is we have created here one hole, elliptical hole. Now if the elliptical hole is created here, then the stress will get concentrated near to the hole because this material has removed. The material is not uniform here now. मग इथं तयार झालेला जो स्ट्रेस आहे तो त्या प्लेटमध्ये इतर सगळ्या ठिकाणी जो स्ट्रेस असेल त्याच्यापेक्षा नक्कीच जास्त असणार आहे. म्हणूनच तर आपण त्याला स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन म्हणतोय. मग हा जो स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेट झालेला आहे त्याची व्हॅल्यू दॅट इज मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस डिवाइड बाय द नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस, त्याला आपण म्हणतो थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर. ओके, नाउ this is calculated for the standard area, that is elliptical area. It can be calculated for the different areas also. आता तो एरिया जसा चेंज होईल तसा तो थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन चेंज होते. इथं आहे मगाशी मी म्हटलं तसं तुम्हाला की नॉच तयार केली एक. ओके, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ सिलेंडर, एक सिलेंड्रिकल कंपोनंट आहे हा. तो सिलेंड्रिकल कंपोनंट ट्रान्सवर्स लोडिंग अप्लाय केले. दिस रेड लाईन्स आर इंडिकेटिंग द लोड. त्याचा ज्यावेळेला आपण स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर काढतो त्यावेळेला दॅट फॉर्म्युला इज यूज, बट बेसिक फॉर्म्युला इज गोइंग टू रिमेन सेम, दॅट इज द मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस डिवाइड बाय नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस. ह्या केसमध्ये म्हणजे तुम्हाला फक्त ह्याच्यात हे दाखवायचं मला की या टाईपच्या नॉच साठी जो मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करतो त्याचा फॉर्म्युला वेगळा आहे. आणि या इलिप्टिकल होल साठी जो स्ट्रेस कॅल्क्युलेट करतो त्याचा फॉर्म्युला वेगळा आहे. हा आहे त्याचा. पण स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर, थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर कॅल्क्युलेट करायला मॅक्झिमम स्ट्रेस डिवाइड बाय नॉर्मल स्ट्रेस हा फॉर्म्युला. ओके, नाउ डू यू एनी डाउट? हॅलो, थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर म्हणजे काय हे समजलं का? हॅलो, हॅलो, जर समजलं असेल तर यू गिव्ह मी सम what I can say. I will ask some question and you give me that answer. When we have to consider this stress concentration factor, basically, that is my question. Who will give the answer? Stress concentration factor हा आपण कधी कन्सिडर करायला पाहिजे? Forget about all these things. हा जो स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर आहे, when it should be used. Hello, should we use it for the normal stress analysis? माळी, अमोल माळी. जे आपण नकल जॉईंट डिझाईनची प्रोसिजर बघितली किंवा क्वार्टर जॉईंट डिझाईनची प्रोसिजर बघितली, त्या केसमध्ये हा स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर यूज करू शकतो का आपण? ऍटलिस्ट तो नाही, थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर यूज करू शकतो का? का फक्त सायक्लिक लोड असल्यानंतरच आपण हा स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर अकाउंट मध्ये घ्यायचा. अदरवाइज आपण तो स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर वी शुड नॉट कन्सिडर. हॅलो, आर यू गेटिंग माय क्वेश्चन? ओंकार पवार. हॅलो, 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 Omkar Pawar. Yes, sir. So, what is your answer, Omkar? Stress concentration factor should be used only when we are going to consider the fluctuating stress, whether it is true or false. Yes, sir, Khatik.
Yes, sir.
So, is it true or false?
True, sir.
True. And when we are not going to consider the fluctuating load, at that time, should we consider this theoretical stress concentration factor? हे जे दोन आपण जॉमेट्री बघितल्या, ही जॉमेट्री, त्याच्यामध्ये पी हा लोड फ्लक्च्युएटिंग आहे का? Whether
No,
I
sir.
said that this P is fluctuating load नाहीये, मग फ्लक्च्युएटिंग स्ट्रेस जनरेट होतील का याच्यात?
No, sir.
Then how we can say that this formulae cannot be used for the normal stress? म्हणजे normal, that is when the normal loading, it is not a fluctuating, that we can use or we cannot use this theoretical stress concentration factor. Now, it may not be asked in exam. Okay, the question which I arised, it may not be used in exam. It may be used in GATE, or it may be asked in GATE.
When machine component changes the shape, then we can use stress concentration factor.
Okay, म्हणजे त्या ठिकाणी we are not going to consider that whether the load is or the stress is fluctuating or normal. That we are not going to bother about. Only thing is that when the area or the shape is going to change, at that time we will use this stress concentration factor. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Somebody has given answer that when assumed stress value are different from the calculated stress values, then we can consider stress concentration factor. Okay. That means when the area is different or the change in area is occur, at that time the assumed stress value is different, definitely will be different, because the normal stress which we are going to calculate is load divided by cross sectional area, and we are not accommodate that change in area. Either we can take it for the area, if suppose this is 1 and we have made step on that, suppose this is component. So when we are going to calculate stress at this area or this radius, here we are going to consider this cross sectional area, and if we want to calculate the stress at this point, we will consider this cross-sectional area. Okay, but we have not accommodated what the change in cross-sectional area is and whether the stress will get concentrated here or not. नॉर्मल प्रोसिजर मध्ये आपण ज्यावेळेला स्ट्रेस कॅल्क्युलेट करू त्यावेळेला याचा डायमीटर π/4d² हा एरिया घेऊ आपण आणि इथं स्ट्रेस कॅल्क्युलेट करताना π/4d² इथला एरिया घेऊ. पण हा जो चेंज होतोय त्या चेंज मध्ये विल नॉट कन्सिडर दॅट चेंज इन एरिया. हा लोड असा लावला इथं आणि इथं जर लोड लावला आणि इफ आय आस्क टू कॅल्क्युलेट द स्ट्रेस, if you knowing the area and if you are knowing what the value of load which is applied, then easily you are going to calculate that the stress is equal to force which is applied divided by this cross sectional area. That will be stress which is generated here, and here definitely it will be less because area is high. That's why the force divided by this area, the stress value will be less. Okay, but we are not accommodating that what the change in area which is taking place at that place same load is applied again. Okay, and here stress may get concentrated. This we are not accommodated and this we are not considered. So while we are designing this part, at that time there may be possibility that the stress concentration factor, this KT, that is theoretical stress concentration factor, is used. Okay, but in that case the fatigue failure will not occur. Okay, म्हणजे क्रॅक इनिशिएशन, क्रॅक प्रोपोगेशन अँड फेल्युअर ही स्टेज तिथं ऑकर होणार नाही. मग जिथं हे पॉसिबल आहे की क्रॅक प्रोपोगेशन, क्रॅक जनरेशन, क्रॅक प्रोपोगेशन आणि फेल्युअर ते पॉसिबल आहे फ्लक्च्युएटिंग लोड मध्ये आणि फ्लक्च्युएटिंग स्ट्रेस मध्ये. आता हा जो थेरॉटिकल स्ट्रेस कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन फॅक्टर आपण वापरतोय तो आहे तसा आपण त्या फ्लक्च्युएटिंगच्या केसमध्ये वापरत नाही. That's why we are going to say that the actual stress concentration factor or fatigue stress concentration factor KF हा आपण कन्वर्ट करतोय. ओके, आणि त्याच्यासाठी we are going to use this notch sensitivity as a parameter. Getting me? And this notch sensitivity Q, which is denoted by the Q, that we are going to account for the calculating of theoretical stress concentration factor, and that is calculated by means of experimentation. ही जी Q ची व्हॅल्यू आपल्याला मिळणार आहे, that Q value we are going to basically it comes from the experimentation. आणि नंबर ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट कॅल्क्युलेट करून आपण ह्या कन्क्लुजन पर्यंत आलो की Q, how to calculate that Q value. Okay, so hope I have made the sense and you have understood up to this factor. Now to the next lecture we will see what the notch sensitivity and how it is calculated. छोटस डेरिवेशन आहे 3-4 स्टेपचं. That step we'll see, and how this notch sensitivity is calculated and how the actual stress concentration factor or fatigue stress concentration factor is calculated. So do you have any question up till now? Hello? Yes, hello. Do you have any question?
No, sir.
No. If not, I will take present tea. Just wait for 2 minutes.